All right, let's dive into my top 3 home-cooked meals with a twist. Those dishes that take the familiar and add just enough flair to make them extraordinary. These are meals that remind you of the comfort of home, but hit you with something unexpected. A little twist that makes you rethink what a home-cooked meal can be. First up is my buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Now, I'm a sucker for good mac and cheese, but this version, it takes things to another level. The creaminess of a traditional mac and cheese is something you expect, right? But when you throw in chunks of spicy, tangy buffalo chicken, it's like a game changer. You get that gooey, cheesy bite, and then boom, here comes the heat. I even finish it off with some crumbled blue cheese and a sprinkle of scallions to bring everything together. It's comfort food with a kick. The twist here isn't just the buffalo sauce, but the contrast of flavors and textures, where you have the smoothness of the cheese, the crunch of the chicken, and the sharpness of the blue cheese. It's everything you love about both dishes, smashed into one. Next, let me tell you about my pineapple teriyaki meatballs. Hear me out, everyone loves a good meatball, right? Well, these aren't your typical Italian-style ones. Instead, I take ground pork, blend it with soy sauce, ginger and garlic, and then bake it to get that crispy exterior. But here's where the magic happens. I coat these bad boys in a homemade teriyaki sauce that's been simmered with chunks of fresh pineapple. The sweetness from the pineapple and the savory, sticky teriyaki glaze is just the right kind of balance. It's a party in your mouth. What's great about this is you're still getting that familiarity of a meatball, but when you take a bite, the tropical flavors hit you and suddenly it feels exotic. Serve this over jasmine rice and you've got a dish that feels both homey and transportive. Finally, I can't leave out my BBQ pulled pork tacos with pickled slaw. Now I know what you're thinking, pulled pork isn't anything new, but the twist here comes in the form of how I serve it. I cook the pork low and slow until it's fall apart tender, and then I hit it with a sweet, smoky BBQ sauce that's got a bit of heat to it. The key, though, is the pickled slaw I make to go on top. It's tangy and crisp and cuts right through the richness of the pork. That vinegar bite from the slaw balances out the heaviness of the BBQ, giving you this perfect bite every time. And instead of serving it on a bun, I use soft, warm tortillas. So it's like this cool mix of BBQ and taco night all in one. You wouldn't think BBQ and tacos would make sense together, but trust me, this one works. It's the kind of meal that satisfies both your craving for something comforting and something fresh. So those are my top 3 home-cooked meals with a twist. They're familiar, but each has something unique that makes it exciting to cook and even more exciting to eat. Whether it's buffalo chicken elevating mac and cheese, pineapple taking your meatballs to the tropics, or BBQ finding a new home in a taco, these meals prove you don't have to stray too far from what you know to create something special.